Oh, goodness. That's better. Having the camera enabled is always a good thing. Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And I'm using my beautiful Choose Love mug that was gifted to me by beautiful Julia in Pennsylvania. Oh, how are you? That's probably a fairly loaded question at this point in time for many of us. The full moon energy is really coming in heavy. In fact, last night it looked full, and we still have a day or two before it becomes full. You know what? I'm just going to look up real quick the full moon. I think it's the 17th, I believe, but I'd like to know the exact time. I meant to do that before I came on. Full moon in October. 24. It is the next full moon is October 17th, 7:26 a.m. Eastern, so 5:26 a.m. where I live. So, which is why we are currently under that intense energy, and it's going to even grow. Full moons, remember, are an ending, a time to release. And so, what happens often, and certainly this one is what's coming up for us, are the things we want to release, the shadows that are coming up, the old beliefs, the feelings. Personally, it's been rough since yesterday morning when I got up, a constant revisiting of everything I'm not, what I don't have, the failures I've had, and the emotions that go with that. And so, being in your power, which of course I'm all about, standing in your power, solar power, SOULER is my business. That is what I choose to look for. And so, my power in the shadows is looking at that for what is still present or up again in my field. So, what is it that needs to go? What is still slowing me down, hanging me up? And so, the first card wanting to come up is the Hanged Man, and very much a time of kind of waiting, wondering. It's a time to look for the groundedness in life for us. Let me get the chats up. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. So, Julia, good morning. Jeannie, good morning. Haven't seen you seen you on here in a while. We talk otherwise. So, the Hanged Man. This is a time when we're in a bit of limbo. And this is working for us. This is a time of a bit of slowdown. And again, the shadows that are coming up, the things that we have believed about ourselves. And, with reason, we've had fuel for that fire throughout life. And it was always, is always, still is a time of growth and learning and teaching opportunities, because that is when we focus. It's when we're not feeling lovely, powerful, joyful, all of that, we focus on what is quote unquote wrong. And so when you identify the things that you are feeling, then you can choose to release them. I recommend, if you're going to do this uh, yourself, to work with Archangel Michael to cut the cords to those energies. Excuse me. I tell people when I work with them that we're releasing, it's like we're releasing a cork, and a big portion of the energy that has been holding on to you is going to go, but it will come up again because it didn't all go in at once. It's not all going to come out at once. Yeah, Diane said my insecurity popped up yesterday when I didn't hear anything from anyone, even after I reach out to them. Exactly. Then we go inward and go, well, what's wrong with me? Well, I guess I am really a loser. Nobody loves me. All this old crap. And again, it is for us to learn from, to grow from, and go, the truth is, as Diane knows, there are many people that love her. And people were just doing their own thing yesterday, but she wants to go in now and go, this belief system that I've got going, that I'm not enough or unloved, unlovable, needs to go. And Archangel Michael, come in and cut the cords to this belief, sending back whoever or whatever is holding the other end of those energetic cords, all of their energy to them. And then I asked Michael to gather all of that insecurity, unloved energy, send it to the light, because we don't want it hanging around. And then seal those attachment sites on herself or on me with loved, loving, lovable, whole heart energy, whatever the energy is you need at that point. And so this is that time that gives us the understanding of what we are holding in our field. The next one is the Magician. And the Magician is about developing tools. And so the shadow time is also about developing tools to work your energy, to move out of that energy and take advantage of this incredible full moon, super moon, a lot closer already, um, having a challenge with sleep on this full moon, uh, to illuminate what needs to go. And then this extra energy of releasing. Write down what you choose to release. Burn it on the full moon somewhere, even if it's in your kitchen sink. If you can get outside in a bit of grass to burn that piece of paper, or, ideally, lovingly, a fire, a little campfire. Burn it, sending that desire to the heavens. It's a symbolic choice you're making to be done with it. And remember, to be done with that layer. It would be lovely if none of these feelings ever had to come up again, never plagued us again. But remember, they didn't all go in at once, and they are not going to all go out at once. And if you choose to stand in your power, you can look at it as there is more learning and growth for me to have in these shadows. So the next card that came up was the Five of Air. Look at this beautiful card. Oh, you can see that. It is, look at, she's got a blindfold on. She's holding her own face, or a face, a mask. See the dragonfly there. The Five of Air is a conflict between reality and belief. And that's, again, what Diane said, what I was dealing with. Woke up again this morning with those energies is that the things that aren't real for me. For me, it was, I'm a loser. Look at what they could do. I couldn't do that. I should be doing more than what I am doing. And the shame that goes with that, the hyper responsibility for things, all of these things that have traveled with me through the years. And another layer, self-deception. That's what this is. Let go, illusion and pretense. You are not alone. Face a painful reality. The reality is that you can do all of the things that you desire, but there are opportunities for growth, learning, and release. Good morning, Donna. I got to catch you live. That doesn't happen often. Thank you for this message. I'm definitely dealing with my shadow self in the last few days, especially in my dreams. Oh, that's how you get a lot of your information. Yeah, that's one of the traits of being clairvoyant, those dreams and the vivid dreams. So yeah, we are believing illusions. We are deceiving ourselves. We are letting old ways of believing, old habits of thought come in. But again, if we own them, it's like, okay, what is here for me to grow with? The truth is we're holding those beliefs in our field again. Each time we let go of a layer, that energy, that belief, that thought becomes more transparent, meaning it becomes less impactful, and it comes up less and less often. Many of us, well, I think all of us really, have a couple of major themes we chose to learn throughout this lifetime. And as unfun as that is, because that means they will come up over and over, we have spent a good many years and a fair amount of energy drawing them in and cementing them, shoving them down, as many of us did. You just shove it down, you keep on going. And so now it is time to release and let it come up and let it fly from you. So, excuse me. The next card that came up was the Six of Air. Solutions. Now look at this gorgeous card. Black and white. See, there are two sides to her. Very much, looking at all the possibilities. That thing she's holding in her hand is like the medical symbol, but it's got a white side and a black side. So it is in the comparisons. Be willing to compromise, a time of research and investigation. And again, that's the time to go, okay, what is here for me? Instead of running from the shadows, instead of just wallowing in the emotions that they bring up, which is very easy to do because a lot of times, at least for me, it will put me in self-pity, whininess, and anger. Really, it's like, are you effing kidding me again? I am so sick of this. I'm done with this crap. Instead of, which eventually I will get to, okay, what is here for me to know about this? What is here for me to grow with? And I'm open, willing, and ready to be guided by my light team. And for me, what is best is to have someone come into my field to visit with me, and it rarely has anything in their mind to do with the shadows, but they will give me insights and information and little golden nuggets. I think for communication, for me, a Gemini, that's really high. So it is generally, I get a lot of great information from those around me. So weigh the pros and cons. Don't let rigidity hamper possible success. Don't fall into the belief, well, here it is again. I guess I'm never going to change. It's same stuff, different day. Don't, I'm so tired of this way of thinking. And no. Dive into it with, okay, I brought it. I can learn and grow from this. I choose. Remember, two very powerful words. I choose to do just that. What is it you are choosing to learn from this? And then be open, willing, and ready to receive the guidance, the insights. Invite your guides, your power team, your angels, that light team. And remember, be very specific to them. We are not inviting just any energies in. We are inviting our power team in to help us through this, to uncover, because we are the biggest mystery we will ever dive into, the highest mountain we will ever climb. And the truth is, we're never going to get to the top. We will never solve this mystery. This is a lifetime of learning and growth. But we can be out of the less than fun times more rapidly if we choose to own them and grow from them and expand because of them. And then be grateful for them, because that is what and how we are learning, which means, honestly, we're learning to be more grateful to ourselves for the opportunities to grow and learn. We brought them. We moved them into our field to grow with. And when you own that with your higher power team, you will grow. Good morning, Christine. So, solutions, comparisons, compromise, open-mindedness. Be open, willing, and ready to be guided into the understanding that you need for this specific episode. And then this, I don't think it's the last card. It's the last card that I drew ahead of time, the 9 of Water. These cards are so gorgeous. Let me see if I can get it here. It's pretty much visible. The 9 of Water. The 9 of Water is illumination, openness, emotional enlightenment, strength, courage. Always. I mean, it takes courage. The truth is, it takes courage to continue to live. It takes strength. It takes openness. Are ruled by the planet Mercury, planet of communication. Yeah, we are. Communication has always been a strong point for me. And, and here's the truth. My ability to communicate and understand when communication was not happening in a conducive way to understanding, I could clarify that. That is something I got in trouble for growing up quite often. So know that is a truth, that, some of the gifts that you have caused you issues throughout your life. And when you own them as gifts and you go back to those times when you were quote unquote persecuted for those gifts, you can see the others that were persecuting for what the truth is, how they did not want that gift because they wanted to stay in whatever state that was. Overwhelm and ongoing procrastination. Yes. And Julia, procrastination is fear, and it is often fear of failure. So just a little tidbit. Great morning, Susan. So I forgot the very last card to come up. I thought the other one was, but it is the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is, pages are always kind of that la 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 lighthearted energy, just kind of want to play. And this is about the things in life that are grounding for us: money, job, da 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 da. And the Page of Pentacles says, be aware of this lovely lighthearted energy, but it is also the energy that is less than willing to do the work. You want to know that this energy could slow you down because you want to play rather than, and you can. And certainly when we get into these times when the shadows are full on, we want to numb, we want to procrastinate, we want to not look at it. But banging it head on, going, okay, I choose to grow from this, learn from this. What is it that is here for me, and what is it that I'm using to stay away from that, to not indulge in that? And many times it is our addictions, our habits of thinking that come up, and we choose to be strong and in our power. That is how we can move through this life with more fun, more energy, more joy, because we are then no longer under the circumstances. So Diane, cut the cords to that. Diane said, oh yes, procrastination hangs on. Cut the cords. Ask Archangel Michael, and then head on, give yourself this timestamp. So yesterday, my husband and I were out at our shop because he needed to do something to camp trailer, and I needed to unload the car from my weekend. I didn't, because I had to clean out some of the stuff that I'd been taking with me to events that I no longer used. And so we got out there and we walked in the shop, and I said, we really need to tackle some of this. And for me, again, it's overwhelming because, you tend to put things in there for a while and then it's like, are we even using this? So I said, let's just do 15 minutes right now. And that had his buy-in, and we got a lot done. We got a load to the dump, which was kind of what started it, because our renters had a mattress that was laying up against the house and it's supposed to rain here. It was like, we've got to get that to the dump. So anyway, we spent just 15 minutes and made a lot of headway. Maybe we spent a half hour, but I contracted for just 15 minutes. That's one way you can step into things you're procrastinating. I don't have to clean the whole shop today. I don't have to take on this huge thing. I can take on 15 minutes of it. And I think it took us about a half hour. And we're giving away things that we just don't need, that are still serviceable and good. We took a load to the dump. And we could take a deep breath because we had accomplished something. So what is it that you're holding in your field that is causing you to slow down, stand still, and freeze? It's okay to contemplate, but it's rarely okay to freeze. So write it down on a piece of paper, the things that are coming up for you, that you're believing about yourself, that are causing you to procrastinate, because that's a fear. And then choose to release it. Ask Archangel Michael to cut the cords, write it on a piece of paper, burn it on the full moon, breathe it out. I mean, all good tools. The full moon and burning ritual is really a fun and very symbolically powerful ritual for releasing it to the universe. How do you want to move forward? And what is your power in this situation? Your power is always a point of learning, because that is why you allowed it to come in again, come up again, be shown to you again. It is by your choice that you wanted to learn some of this stuff that is coming through for that. So I think we are complete. Yeah, just start, Christine. Exactly. Sometimes it is not having that time limit that stops the start. I know when, and the other one, if it is literally a physical thing like that, a room or something you need to organize, ask the angel of organization to come in. Don't even have to know their name. I no longer remember what it is, but I'm a better piler than I'm a filer. And on this side of my desk, I've got this pile of things that need to be put away. And what will happen is I'll ask the angel of organization in, they'll come in with me. I will spend 15 minutes and I'll clean it off. And 2 weeks from now, it'll be that way again. That is the truth. But that is also my carefree Sag that just is kind of wants to play a little bit more than they want to be heavily weighted and structured. I'm not a great one for being all structured and boxed in. I spent too much of my life conforming to what society or what I believe society wanted me to be, or whoever was around me. And so now I am less structured. There are a couple of things I need to get structured on, and I will work on that because it will help in everything I do. We have time and money. I spent money to hire help. There you go. I have time to spend. Of course, I'm not going to hire somebody to clean out my shop, mainly because, it's just stuff that I need to go through. I still have a hope chest out there that was my grandmother's, full of photos. Most of them I have duplicates of that I have. I've given them to my cousins, and most of them I no longer even know who they are. I have the hardest time getting rid of those because they're some distant relative or they meant something to someone. It will go before too long. But yeah, it always seems really sad to me to throw away photos of old folks. But again, the truth is I do not know who these people are anymore, if I ever did. Have a beautiful Wednesday. I didn't think I was going to be able to be on Friday, but I will be. I am headed to a short retreat in the mountains. Honestly, I've done retreats, and according to someone who's been to many, mine is one of the best they've ever been to. I have never been to a retreat, so I'm looking forward to this one. And I've got to tell you, there's been all kinds of little things in my mind that have come up as to one. Our Lady of Perpetual Help. I like that, Julia. I have come up with all kinds of little reasons why maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe this isn't, I don't know about this. I'm not sure about this. And they've all gone by the wayside. But it is interesting what comes up when we stretch ourselves, put ourselves into the unknown. And you would think just going to a retreat rather than organizing the retreat would be just so easy for me. I know it will be a lovely weekend, but there's the control thing that I maybe want to release another layer of in this. That really hadn't come up yet. The other, loser and shame, had come up. Control is probably another thing. Oh, well, thank you, Diane. Oh, if you knew how many there are hundreds out there. But at any rate, that is a good idea. Thank you all for your comments, for your support, for your time here. If you're seeing this on YouTube, please share with somebody you think might utilize this. If you haven't already subscribed and liked my channel, it would be very helpful. What I desire to do in this world is positively impact as many people as I can. And this is one way I know how to do that. So your help would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle.